Hello, and welcome everyone. My name is Francisco Cantu. If you're watching us on either YouTube or Facebook and this is your first time, welcome. If you are one of the people that join me every week, then welcome back. As we do at the beginning of every month, today's presentation is going to be a college prep checklist for high school students. You can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and follow us on our social media, Best College Aid USA. With all of that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the presentation. During the month of February, many schools make their students select or choose their classes for the following year. Okay, so if you are the parent of a freshman, sophomore, or junior in high school, odds are that in the next few weeks, you will be tasked or your student will be tasked with selecting the courses that they will be taking for the following year. So for example, if you're a student and your student is in 9th grade, probably this month they will be selecting the classes that they will be taking in 10th grade. Or if they're in 10th grade, they'll be selecting the class they'll be taking in 11th, same thing 11th to 12th grade, okay? So because that is coming up, I don't want that to be a game time decision, but rather something that's premeditated. I want to go over the main things that you all should keep in mind when selecting courses for the following year. First, there is an importance or there is some thought and some preference that you should have towards selecting honors and college level classes. Let's talk a little bit about advanced level classes. Most high school offer their students the ability to take regular, honors, and college level classes or advanced classes. And what this does and the implications that each of these classes have on a student are the following. First of all, and the most important implication that it has is that it affects a student's GPA differently. GPA, grade point average. Again, most of you should probably already know this. When it comes to the weighted GPA takes into consideration the rigor of the class. In other words, the level of the class, whether it's a regular, honors, or advanced level class. And what this means is that our scale for regular classes is out of a 4.0. Honors and advanced level classes might be graded on a scale of 5.0 or 6.0, again, depending on your high school. And taking advanced level classes means that if you do well, the potential or the ceiling for the highest GPA you're able to obtain is higher than if you take honors level classes. So bottom line here is that if you go ahead and make sure that your classes are a combination of honors and advanced level classes, then you set yourself up for success in terms of getting good grades. Means that you can get a higher GPA because it's out of a higher scale. So that was it for point number one, which is you will be selecting classes for the following year. Again, things to keep in mind, taking and leveraging those advanced level classes and the positive implications that this could have on a student's GPA and college credits, advancing getting college credits while in high school, getting as high of a GPA as you possibly can, and making sure that the tail end of your grades or whatever it is, the latest grades before you apply to college are in tip-top shape, okay? So that was point number one. Second thing that I want to cover as we go on with this presentation is you want to make sure to make an appointment with your guidance counselor. What I've done here in this slide is attached an excerpt from an article that I was reading late last week that pretty much talks about how right now the national average is 408 students for every counselor at your student's high school or at the average high school in the United States. I wanted to share this with you all to kind of put into perspective how difficult of a task college admissions counselors or guidance counselors at your student's high school currently have, because there is such a demand for their time and there are so many students. They don't have the resources to meet one-on-one. Even if they have the best intentions or the best disposition or your best interest at heart, they lack the resources to meet one-to-one with every single student. If you do have a chance to schedule a meeting or attend a conference or whatever it is that you can do within the means or the reasonable possibilities of your high school, you do want to make sure that you schedule a meeting. So the last point that I want to talk about is to register for the March SAT or ACT. I attached a screenshot of the relevant dates for these exams. Who will need to hear this or do this? Mostly juniors who are taking it for the first time. Taking the March SAT or ACT is a great thing to do because it gives you a baseline for where you're at and what you will have to prioritize and study over the summer, and maybe taking it at the beginning of your senior year or in the coming months. Again, you want to start by setting up a goal score, and then once you take it for the first time, you want to make sure that you review or compartmentalize the different areas, whether it's the science portion, the math portion, the reading portion. You want to make sure that you know how you performed at each of them so that you can prioritize and study in the areas that you perform the worst at. Okay, so that will be a priority. It's a no-brainer. You want to get better at the things that you can get better. And if you're already getting a perfect score, let's say in the math section, then maybe it might be a little bit of a waste of time to study and hammer math home if you already do well. And that's just something that I wanted to remind you of, because the worst thing that can happen when it comes to standardized testing is to have all the intentions to take it, but then not plan ahead and miss out on this deadline. That was it for the presentation. If you want to learn even more about, the college application process, how you can learn more about it, how you can master it, you want to focus more on scholarships or whatever other element of the college application journey, that will be discussed in the free presentation that is below. If you scroll down to the show more button under the YouTube video, and you click this link, you will be taken to the registration page. So that's me and my sister Laura. I give out the presentation, and again, it's completely free to register. You just click the button here and you register and you watch it. It's about 45 minutes long. It's a lot of value, same as this presentation. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel blessed every time I get to do these live stream Mondays, and have a lovely rest of your Monday. Bye-bye, y'all. Thank you.